alụsị nwoke alụsị bụ isi kalụ bụ isi alụsị ome mgbe ọ gbara ike taa bụ ụbọchị ụka anyị si ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ mmiri ala azụ ahụ na-egbebere ugo berekesi ibi ebela nkukwa ya okirikiri ka a na-akpọ ukwu ose adịrị agbọghọ dịka izu mgba abụọ abaa ya ime ụbọchị taa ha na-ekwu ka ihe gbasara ọfọlọgwụ ndị iche lakwa ihe omimi n'ime omimi dịla Agwu Isii ezumezu mụrụ m ndị iche m eji eme ụzọ eme ọzọ biko rugidere n'anya igwe anyị gbasa ozi ya n'ihi na ọ bụ ozi ọma gị ọ bụ ozi ọma ndị iche anyị si ntị ụwa ntị nwoke ntị nwaanyị mba ofesi ndị na-ebere ọnụ ke nụrụ vidio a ozi mgbasa ozi ga ke nụrụ ozi a biko asị m ya ṅomiekwu ya ghọtakwa ya ka o wee bara ya uru n'ihi ụlọ sị ọnwụ na anụ ma akafụ na ikpeji ama ọnụ na-ekwufughị ekwu ọnụ kwukwo na-ekwu na ikpeji ama ntị adịghị ka oge biko ndị iche m ga-agbasa ozi ugbo ozi ọmụ n'uziri mgbasara unu ntila kemeti biko ahụhụ dịra m na ụtapa merela ya n'azụ espenla ya gaghị ịnụ ozi ọma si ya megide ihe gbasara ozi ọma biko ndị iche unu na-afọ ya ndụla eke unu na-afọ ya ndụla orie unu na-afọ ya ndụla afọ unu na-afọ ya ndụla nkwọ ome mgbe ọ gbara ike kama na-eje eri evula alụsị bụ isi AMADIOHA nsiri Igbo ome mgbe ọ gbara ike eze ndị eze the 8 apostles oke nkume asatọ mgbe anyị agala ịkọwa ihe banyere unu taa Agwu Isii ndị iche biko ndụ dịrị anyị nchekwachilaghachi ya dịrị anyị n'aha Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ ise ise ise. Good morning, beloved brothers and sisters. Good morning, my viewers. Good morning, friends and well-wishers. Good morning, Eastern youth. Today, I have performed the prayers according to our culture. First of all, in the incantation or in the invocation or in the prayers, we call the spirits of Sunday worshiping, and then call other spirits, I suppose, and then say our prayers, I suppose. The drink is a witness between us, the living, and the dead, and as well as the earth that we did told you. I have come today with a special lecture, as I said, on the topic, the mysteries of Agwu Isii. And these mysteries of Agwu Isii and the rituals of the mystery, I am going to use the revelation given to Daniel the prophet, written in the book of the Daniels, chapter 8. You know, we have been treating this Daniel chapter 8. Now, we are going to understand how it concerns our culture. Why this Agwu Isii? What is the mystery behind this Agwu Isii? That mystery that you don't understand, why the Agwu Isii ordinance, is what I want to review today. You know, there are Agwu Isii rituals and there are Agwu Isii ordinances. So many people mistake the ritual to be the ordinance. No, the ritual is just a gift given. But the ordinance is the requirement according to the dictate of the culture. Okay, now let us come into a simple analysis, the culture. In verse 7, in verse 4 of Daniel chapter 8, you will understand that in culture, the principle is the same all over the world. It does not change. There is no new, there is no old. It is what it is from beginning to end, from everlasting to everlasting. It does not change. But in the church room, we were taught about covenant with Abraham. This another covenant to come, new and everlasting covenant to come. But in the culture, the covenant is the covenant. There is no new. It is everlasting. It is eternal. It is without end and full of glory. All right. So in verse 5, it said the goat don't touch the ground. A symbol of power. That is why when you are sacrificing the goat for that ordinance of the Agwu Isii, the mystery is that the leg of the goat will not touch ground. If you have done the Agwu Isii ceremony and this thing did not take place, they did not do Agwu Isii for you. You just perform, do you know where the difference between an arm given and an ordinance performed? So it's just like when you give an arm to the gods of your land. They will still sustain you. But then, at the time of crossing over to the light, when that ordinance will be required, you don't have it, you will not cross. We are not forcing you. I didn't open a church that I call you to come and join, so that you don't say, I want to lure you into one thing or the other. Rather, I am teaching you the mysteries behind the gospel that you are preaching. I want you to understand why it is inseparably connected with the earth. We want you to know that without the cultural approach towards salvation of mankind, man can never be exalted. It's not by craft. Man cannot be exalted by craft as practiced by the Masonic group and also as practiced by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We cannot gain exaltation in craftsmanship. We cannot gain exaltation in simple square and compass. Anything that has to do with square and compass is building. That is craft. So let us proceed. The symbol is that when offering this, when this ordinance is going on, the goat's leg will not be on the ground. And he will not tie it somewhere. He will not place it upon an altar. So the mystery. So if you are a native doctor, if you are a spiritualist, and you do not understand the mystery behind the work you are doing, you are only bringing doom to yourself. That is why your children become vagabond and hopeless when you are gone. Take note. There are mysteries, you know, because whatsoever seed you plant, you must reap. You will take it back. Whatsoever seed you plant, you will take it back. So this work I am doing today is the highest honorable call. That is the real gospel. Trying to interpret and preach to you the meaning of every single thing written in this your Bible and any other spiritual book you can lay your hand on that can guide you in wisdom, that can guide you in knowledge towards understanding the mysteries of this our existence. One of our primary objectives here is not to build. We are not here to build. That is why we cannot practice craftsmanship. The primary objective of our existence is to be able to find and recognize our Father in the midst of many others. Finding him, that is our primary objective here. And that is why he says, seek me and ye shall find me. It's a task. And when you have found me, my mysteries will be unfolded unto your view. It is a promise. Now, he did not say when you find him, you will be the richest person. He did not say when you find him, you are going to be the most powerful. He did not say when you find him, you are going to be the most wise. No, but he said, my mysteries, a promise, a firm promise, my mysteries will be unfolded. That means it's something that is being covered. Then he will unfold it for your view. Then when you begin to know that this world is all about mystery. Okay, let us proceed. So, if you have performed or you feel you have given the right of your Agwu Isii and the ceremonial approach is not according to what I am explaining, you have not done the ceremony, you have not done the ordinance, you might think you are right, but at death, your eye go clear. That time that you are asleep, to cross over will become a very difficult task for you. That is why many go and check all the reverend pastors, go and check all the popes, let me just check from 3,000 years ago. They have not crossed till today. They have not crossed. Go and check. If you can seek this, your eye will be open. You will see them that nobody have crossed. Only few who have found that part. And that part is what we are making open, because it's a narrow is the way. It's a very narrow one. And finding it is not because you were a member of one church or the other. It is because you have come down to the culture and to the gods of your land. Let us proceed. Verse 6. Standing before the river. The ram was standing before the river. Pushing west, pushing north, pushing south, but backing east. That means it's from the east. It's coming from the east and pushing these directions from the bank of the river. Which river is that? Imo River, but you're not going to understand. So he was pushing northwards. In your Agwu Isii ceremony, there's what we call a kemetic. The ram of the river bank is a rite. That is a mystery. So if you did not go through this stage of the ram of the river bank, then the process is not complete. You know, all the DBS, all the native doctors, all the priests, all the priesthood bearers pay attention on the words and the power of the word, and as well as the mystical approach of the word, but they have not paid attention on the mystery behind the ceremonial ordinances. And those mysteries behind the ordinances in the culture is what is called to reveal unto you, to teach you, and to help you be able to find your path. Many is hanging there. I will tell you the truth. Okay, let us proceed. Kemetic. Verse 7. The ground and 2 horns. The ram being knocked down, and the horn pulled. Now the goat horn also pulled with one of his eyes blind, all on the ground. That is to say, this thing is the horn of a ram. Go around Igbo culture, go around the whole world and find me a spiritualist or a native doctor, as you might call it, or a priest that can use the horn of a ram to libate, or a king in any gather. Find them. You will not see it. You will see those with the horn of a goat. That is to say, the principle of the Baphomet is also in the 80 tradition. Is also part, is there. They have their own native doctor too. They have their own priest too. That is the symbol of the horn on the ground. So what separates them is that they are all horn. But if you don't understand the mystery between the two horns, you will believe that all horn horn. That is why cow no follow in the ritual process. The horn of cow is not mentioned anywhere in the mystery. That is why you run. Instead of you will see the nama, you will see the okay, let us proceed. When you are in your village, you will see some. You know that the horn of a ram and the horn of a atu and the horn of a goat is not the same. So those old men you see in your community using the horn of the goat, they are those evil native doctors. They are those evil priests. They are those evil elders in the community. You see them, the horn they carry. They cannot carry the horn of a ram because there is a ceremony to be passed through to be able to hold the horn of a ram. And do those rituals, but you cannot be able to use it. And that is the real order. The horn of a goat is the agent of Baphomet. Is the agent of these goats we are talking about. The horn of Nama, the same thing. I won't charge the same line, they are the same people. But this is the horn of a ram, of which we use to make libations. Now, the strength of when I use ordinary cup to pray and the strength of when I use this animania structure. For those of you in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, you see, when you enter the temple to go and do washing, you will see this horn placed, and from that horn they take oil and water to wash you. That horn is a symbol. So where was the ram killed that the horn should be in our temple for that operation? You don't understand. So when you look at that horn, it's the horn of a goat. A mystery. So when I come into our culture, I begin to discern some mysteries behind it. So ask them in their church, what is that horn doing there? In the temple, what is that horn doing there? The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The horn symbol is a mystery. Go and find out. Then you go to Rome. At the time that they are parading, the papacy is parading the sacred skull, you will see their horn. Check it. It's the horn of a goat. It can't be the horn of a ram. Because they don't know how to extract it without, it's a process to bring it out when it's alive. If you look at it, there's no fire that touched this horn. Neither is it being prepared or forced to come out. But it do discharge when you do the proper ritual, and that's gather. The horn will discharge unto you. That is to say that yes, you have fulfilled it. That is the authority, the power of a true king. So the horn is the symbol of the authority of a king, the authority of a prince. So now we have first king and second kings. The first kings are the cultural heritage, while the second kings are the traditional rulers. You see, this is the mystery of the horn. So how many of you have tried to decipher or try to understand the mysteries in what you follow or in what you worship? The horn. This is the horn I'm talking about. This is for a ram. To tell you I have fulfilled my 7 sealing ordinances of Agwu Isii, awaiting my exaltation into the kingdom of my father, the King of Kings. Or Aleze. You cannot enter into Aleze, the land of the kings, without performing this rite, because this rite is what makes you a king, not the cap that the governor or the staff one idiot gave to you. No, what makes you a king that will benefit or enter or inherit the land of the king is that you have accomplished or gone through the process of preparatory ordinances of a king, and then you become a king, or a prince, you become a prince, or a princess, you become a princess. These are rights for both man and woman. We proceed. Verse 8. I'm trying to teach you the mysteries. So that broken horn is also, the goat has an eye on the earth too. That one, that blind, was sent to the earth. That horn was sent to the earth. But the ram, two horn, was on the ground. To tell you is two. Now the goat make it three. Now this goat, who is she? A woman. When you see a woman goat with the two horn, and a very giant horn, you're supposed to understand what that horn stands for. A woman. I'm teaching you some mysteries. Do you understand? Now, the mysteries behind the horn is that broken horn. Broken horn. This one broke. This one two broke. What are the symbols of the broken horn? A fight. A fight. Now, here on the ground, the activities of our activities here, when it has to do with culture, is of two ways. But here is of one way. It's just craft and it's just magic. But here is ordinance and principle. Here there is no principle. They live on existing principle of magic. There's no other thing. No ordinance attached to it. Craftsmanship is magic. And how will the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints tell me that Jesus Christ called them, and then they are making practice? I can see the common practice of magic in their craftsmanship. So, is Jesus Christ now a magician of the craftsmanship, of which he, when he was on earth, never exhibited any craftsmanship in his activities? Jesus Christ never exhibited, according to the name people call him, but I will say he's the Son of God. He never exhibited any act of craftsmanship in his teachings and approach to religion. He has been a cultural man. He has believed in his culture, and that his culture is what he brought unto the people. Number and practice. 4. The horn grew 4 from the broken one, 4 corners of the earth. Then Raphael, Uriel, Michael, and Salatel. Now, she replaced the 4 corner wings with these 4 horns. Now, the scripture says he's a new king. That is according to the word and interpretation. We're talking about the mystery now behind the word. But each word has 7 mysteries, mysterious approach. Each word has 7 mysterious approach. That is why it is called the 7 sealing ordinances. It's 7. And those ordinances in the culture is a seal. Is a seal. Each of those ordinances has its own seal. That was called the 7 seal ordinance. If you have not accomplished the 7 seal ordinance of Azil, Ariel, Mabuel, Babuel, Mephistopheles, Azabelis, and Atuelis, this is the 7 seals. The Babuel is the prince among them. So if you have not accomplished these 7, my brother, at death, you are not crossing. You will remain here. And then your soul can be manipulated by those that trapped it. Because definitely it must be trapped. Because when that time comes, what you swore allegiance to is what will be standing before you to take you. That is the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. So many souls are all there. All of them that Roman Catholic have deceived. All of them that Anglican have deceived. Their soul have not crossed anywhere. They are nowhere in the kingdom of God. Neither are they in prison or in paradise. They are just in the outer darkness waiting till today. Many. Just commit yourself to know. You will know. You will see. You know what troubles us every day is just, I want to buy limousine. I want to drive, what is the name of that car? Rolls Royce. You know, I want to drive, what the other one? Bentley. This one, these are just the material occupants of our heart today. So none of us is concerned over the mysteries of our existence. For those of you who understood and who are concerned, please go into finding out what happens to us after our death. What relationship do we have with it? So the relationship of Agwu Isii ritual or ordinances is that which has to settle your light and darkness scores, to separate you from the activities and the association of this Baphomet, because we don't know who we eat with every day. We don't know who we drink with every day. Some of them are rat in a human form. Some of them are goat. Some of them are dog. Some of them, all these people are living here on earth with us as human beings. So when the Lord will say, marry from your kind, or Luanabro, doesn't mean you should marry your sister, but identify your kind in humanity and marry from it. So by the time you are done with your Agwu Isii ritual, you will not fall victim of all these things. But if peradventure you have been committed one way or the other, your ritual will not be a blessing, a kind of separating you from the death wish of this Baphomet and their good spirits. Now, this spirit, when it was called forth, opened the portal for all this. That's when you start seeing half snake, half human being, half fish, half human being, half dog, half human being, half animal, half human, all begin to, as gods, begin to take over the lands. So we, as human living, begin to bring these things into our land. It has killed so many people. In my community today, it's hard to see an elderly man now. That is what is dealing with us. Before I stop it, when they go outside there, they will bring a spirit into the land, and the spirit of the land will kill them. They will leave. The person that bring that spirit have died. The spirit that he brought is there. He will begin to torment the family, and nobody will rise and stand. And then becomes a problem, not only the family, in the community. Now, nobody knows what he or she have done to bring that thing into return where he brings it. It becomes a roaming spirit in the community, harming people and destroying lives. But the Agwu Isii ritual and ordinance bridge away this spirit and stop them from operation. So if you have not done your Agwu Isii ritual and all that, you should know and bear at the back of your mind that in as much as that you have not been done, tribulation, torture, mayhem, worries will be your portion. But when you fulfill these ordinances, that peace, that inner peace that settles all things in you is what you will get. Because without that peace, you are not existing. But even if in the turmoil and the pains and the fire and hell of the world, you are still not affected by it. It looks as if you are not part of it, but you are in it. Unlike now that we are having crisis in Nigeria, no money, no food, people are hungry, no work. But yet, in the mix of it, there are some people too who are living. So miraculously, they are sustaining, they are surviving. Now, if you have fulfilled these your ordinances, in this kind of situation, you are not part of it. When these tribulations come, you are not part of it. When these problems come, you are not part of it. It looks as if it's a magic. It looks as if there is something you do different from what others do. You cannot identify any work that you are doing, but you are being well taken care of. That is what it means by relying wholly on the power and the utmost supremacy of your existence of the Father in you. When you rely upon Him, that is, the ordinance will make you understand what you mean by rely upon me and trust in my able hand. For I, the Lord, thy Creator, shall not, neither will I ever forsake thee. And no gray of your hair will fall down unnoticed. It's impossible. That is what Agwu Isii rituals resolve. Even if they are applying evil for you to take you, that a criminal, you want to come into your gate and you say armed robbers block you to kill you at your gate, it's impossible. Now that time you will understand that he who has God, he who has his security from the spirit is the most strongest. Now, this animania, nature, will now fight for you. You will understand that something will happen that will dislodge those enemies. It's either they kill themselves, or something will attack them, or something will happen, or their gun will fail them, or their car will fail them. You can never leave. It's impossible. Something must happen to set you free. This is what this ritual them called. We don't know how the next day will be, but for the fact that we have fulfilled our ordinances, we live and know that our Redeemer lives, and He is always there as the King of Kings to redeem from any situation. So by that faith we move. So in the culture is where you see proper faith practiced, not in the church room. I have been in the church, I have been in seminary school, I have been a missionary serving. I have never trusted in the arm and faith of my Maker before than now. Where out of faith I created snakes. I don't know how to make a snake. I don't know how to start. Let me review this secret. When I discovered that our elders defile our land and the God of our land live, then they now resort onto inviting different spirits. So many things have gone wrong in the land and there's no longer glory. And they said, for me to be able to undo what they have done, that I need to bring 8 snakes to represent the 8 apostles in the spirit. Where will I find snake from? Then come and see mystery. I don't know where to buy snake. They don't say it's a material you don't see in the market to buy. And it's not a dead one. Fresh live snakes. And there is no factory in Nigeria that produces snake. Right in my house, I was told what to do with a takeaway plate and sand. I do it and cover it. I have forgotten. My mind is not there. But out of faith, I try to teach you something. I perform this act and then left that thing for whether it's 21 days, I don't know. Whether it's 90 days, I don't know. But I have forgotten. One early morning, as I wake up, the thing struck my mind. I said, yes, I think there was something I did. As I went there and uncovered, lo and behold, live snake. Inside the takeaway plate, if the fear. And I say, the snakes are pure, visible. Wonderful. That means a power of creation. God is wonderful. So when they say man is being made out of dust, I have seen the process out of dust. anything can be created out of dust. Anything can be created out of dust. The dust we gathered, we are using to incubate life, and those snakes manifested. As I look at it, I close that place. I couldn't even now. Will I use hand to catch it? You can know now how it was like. How do I do this? Can you hold snake with your hand? No, now how do I do it on this plate? How? It was mysterious, but I gave it a thought over a time. Nothing in my. I want to. If someone should write me and tell me what you would do with it and how you can open that thing and access it. Take away is a white plastic. You can see the inside clear and see that they are alive, moving around. So how do you approach it? You go kill them to be able to access them. Oh, the spirit says, this is not your work. I think someone gave you this assignment. Why don't you wait? And I have to wait. What is the solution? What if this thing bursts from here and they scream out? Who here can contain this thing? I have to run and get the sellotape. Wrap, white tape, wrap it double and double and double it well. So that even if they try to punch the pierce the plastic and come out, let the tape be an assistance to delay them. I did it, I kept it. After 7 days, I was now told what to do with the live snakes. Mystery. And hey, I hate it. Can you put your hand there? The small snake is the most dangerous because if they sight you, we know something not bad, but that is the most dangerous venom. Now, how do you do it? I was in this coma for 7 days, thinking until the spirit came and said, okay, this is what you are going to do. This is what you are going to do. I now understood that Moses performed an ordinance before coming to practice where Pharaoh was. So they thought it was magic. It was not magic. It's a mystery. In that process, my eye opened. Try to understand this process, what you could learn. Imagine yourself in this shoe. Then try to think, what could you learn? A lot of mysteries were revealed. A lot of wisdom was revealed. This is a mystery. It's a mystery. We were strong. And after I did what I was asked to do, I lose the papers. And the snakes stood erect one by one, and they were 8. And I was now asked to use the blood of the snake to call back the spirit of our land, the 8 apostles that have left. I now have to perform the ordinance to call them back as in Kumasado. It means 8 apostles. We have never heard about 8 apostles. We only heard about 12 apostles. But these 8 apostles are seals. The 12 apostles too, that the Bible is talking about that Jesus is also seals. Let us proceed. So I do not know what has been done in your own land to defile your land. I do not know what has been done in the ancient that is wrong. But you out there now listening to me, you have the power, you have the opportunity, you are listening to the message now to prepare and set your land free. It is not in the church room. Do crusade 1 million years. Call all the men of God where you feel say they are supreme men of God all over the world. Gather them. They will go home and die one by one. So it is only the land that will reveal to you what you can do for the same land to be peaceful. No be heaven. Go come tell earth what he go do. Earth there on his own. No. Water there in own. No. Heaven there where in there. Nothing concern heaven. Concern here. Also, let us do your mind here as they do am for heaven. Make we do am here too. So heaven doesn't, we are praying for heaven pattern to come here because it's the best pattern. Here we are at war. We are at war. We are at war. So pursuing this reptile spirit they brought in Sirimoland, I require reptiles of which it is difficult. You cannot see the person that can do it. But I came to do it. Okay, that is why I am different. When I came, that thing that is impossible, that parcel that they hid, now me open them for my own land. So you too can be used as an instrument of the most King of Kings to unveil that evil that they have hidden for years. So I am awakening you now, that young youth, anywhere you come from, I am awakening you now. Follow our page, learn what we are doing, try to understand the truth and follow suit. Perform your ordinance so that you can be able to stand between the gap of the crossroad to challenge that which have defied your land. It is our mission. It is our glory. He said he works great even to host of heaven. In verse 10, this Baphomet works great even to host of heaven. That is to say, he controls everywhere. They now, as a great person, they chase out the ones that were placed by the Father and bring in their own people to occupy territories, so that you cannot be able to have access to that which was made for you. Anywhere you go, it is them that is blocking everywhere. But with your Agwu Isii, when you come, they give you chance because you and them know the one. That is the difference. When you have performed the Agwu Isii ceremony and ordinance is complete, as they see you, oh charam nagene ozo, you become a threat, you become a fire. As you come, they move. They say, no, leave a man go. They become your friend. You will be their friend. At the time of their war, they will not hunt you down. Rather, they will run to you for rescue because they know you have the power to save them. This is the differences of our great culture that the Father have given unto us. Magnify himself even like the prince of the host. Verses 11. And take away the sanctuary of the Father. Now, these goats, how you know them? When a native doctor or a priest or a pastor gives you blessing or he do a work for you, you succeed. He will now begin to magnify himself that if you don't do this, he will bring you down. That is when you know the kind of spirit he is of the goat. He is that spirit of Baphomet. The spirit is using is the agent of this Baphomet. They like to magnify themselves like they are the one. There's no God in you. They are your God. That's how they behave. In verse 11, they explain them. So they now remove the sanctuary business. When you go, they do their ritual in their secret place. So that is craftsmanship. This is how you know them. And in that, there is no glory. But we, in the culture, it is not our work, neither is it by our power. But we are only messengers and servants of AMADIOHA. I am only a prince of princes. If there is anywhere you have a prince in the kingdom, I am their high prince. So I am the prince of princes that your Bible told you of will come. Your Jesus Christ have come and go. The Prince of Peace. The word they say is Jesus Christ, but he is the Prince of Peace and Righteousness. He has come and gone. Now is the era of the Prince of Princes. That is the meaning of High Prince. He is the Prince of Princes. Okay, let us proceed. You know, these matters we are discussing are a very strong matter. So the weather is showing its strength, you know, to magnify the glory of the King of Kings, that the truth have finally been spoken once again on earth. Truth was cast down in verse 12. That is, these people, how you separate them, they can never tell you the truth of the process of the work they want to do for you. But rather, if the Spirit reveal what to be done, they now see it as a means of extorting you money. They now enslave you in solving your problem. Do you understand that? This is their seed. By their fruit ye shall know them. So the ordinance, there is no ordinances that will require you to buy material of 1 million naira as far as the culture is concerned. The highest material you can get is 100,000, 200,000 to 250. You cannot say you buy material in any work of the culture that costs you 1 million naira. It's not done anywhere. So if by the level of the shoulder you buy a material of 200,000, then the charging of the work, give or take, the man might collect money from you to do the work. But that is why we want to build our temple, so that we will not be spending money individually. Did you get it? Now we can do things in our temple as a routine worship where all will be blessed in this order. But today that we don't have our temple, it will cost you money. It want to cost you money. So find a path. It is only high priest that might not charge you money to do it, but people will scrape your head. But I want you to understand that they are doing the right thing. Not just buying materials and fill everywhere. They are doing the right thing. If you are going to the water and say you carry fruit, you are just going to do Thanksgiving. Anything ritual of ordinance before the water or the river bank must be with ram. Evuli kemiri. Time of indignation, verse 19. Let me tell you, when this goat and her agents, they are all women. Oh, they are all women. The goat is a woman, the dog is a woman, the ram, they are all, it's the ram that is the man. All these other animals here, they are all women. In the form of animal, they are all women. So that is why it looks as if we are in a war or in a battle with women. So this useless spirit in the animal form and our women have all come to earth, multiplied their seeds in the form of women living here. So be careful who you marry. Identify your kind among men and marry as a wife. Some of you are humans marrying dog as a wife. Some of you are humans marrying snake as a wife. Some of you are humans marrying goat as a wife. Some of you are humans marrying fish as a wife. Some of you are humans marrying one reptile or the other as wives. You have not been able to dictate that you are only human type of wife in the mortality and marry. That is the problem. That is the chamber. That is the causes that this Baphomet word has brought onto us. Lesbianism. You can see a man say he will marry his fellow man. A doctrine nade ngolela. Okay. I would like to stop here because I have been warned this area is the mystery now proper. And I want to give you an assignment. In verse 19, talks about the time and the indignation of what you do with these people. Let me round this up. Use your hand, you by yourself, research 21, 23, and 25. You will understand the policies of craft. Let me talk about that way, and the data of the mysteries behind kings and their kingdom. So, but in conclusion, I want you to know that I will not continue to reveal such mysteries because I have been made to keep it unto the generation that will come, that is not for this generation. But I want you to understand that the Agwu Isii ritual, the Agwu Isii ceremony, the Agwu Isii ordinances as we perform in our culture is for us to be able to expel these nonsense mesmerisms among spirits and deities, to be able to separate ourselves and make a boundary between us and evil, between light and darkness, because there is always a boundary between light and darkness. there's always a boundary between the river and the earth. So that boundary is what we use Agwu Isii to give. I say I have raised a standard against my enemy. The only power that raises such standard is not because you go to church. It is when you perform these Agwu Isii ceremonial ordinances. Then the Lord, the King of Kings, will raise a standard above your enemies. He will now raise a standard between you and the evils of the world. I know, and I know it to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, that our Father, AMADIOHA, King of Kings, is that God we are looking for. And his son, Kamanu, have come and died on the cross of Calvary. And I know that the Spirit is the woman among them. That is what makes them Trinity. The Father, the Son, and the Mother. The Mother is the Spirit. The Father is the being. The Son is the man. And today, we cannot know our way forward. But I want to testify to you that culture is the answer to our spiritual existence. I want to testify to you that AMADIOHA, the King of Kings, is and only most powerful, most strongest, most exalted among all other gods that you can find anywhere. He is our Father, and I am his prince, the Prince of Princes. I wish you well. Subscribe with us, follow our channels. Tell us where we have done wrong, like our video, or also dislike it. Eastern Youth Network is our handle on YouTube. At AMADIOHA_IMO is our handle on Twitter, and also on our reels on Facebook. Talk to us, and we want you to come into our community activity so that we can be able to know what is happening in your own community and advise you a way forward. And you know that by the time you start moving gradually, the gods of your land will begin to come close to you and begin to reveal one or two things to you and help you be able to achieve your divine purpose on earth. The church room is not the answer. The church room is the business of men. In the name of the great God of heaven and earth, the Prince of all princes, the supreme of all supremacy, in the name of they who have passed this path before us, I have passed this message, and I so say that whosoever that have ear, let him hear, and whosoever that has mouth, let him proclaim the truth about the goodness of the existence of our culture here on earth. I know that the waters cannot be set aside in the process of the Agwu Isii. O Father, King of all glory, I so beseech thee to give us thy wisdom in abundance and thy knowledge, that we might be able to discern in your power the mysteries as being required towards exaltation of mankind, now and forevermore. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Amen.